going on with y'all boys? You know who it is, man. Triple M. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 13 times 3. You feel me? 3 M's. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? And then it's 3 M's. Mind, manipulate, matter. So, 13 times 3. You feel me? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Selfology class, or welcome to Selfology class if this is your first time attending. This is a class or a channel where we dive into the arts and sciences of self. And the video topic, right, that we're gonna be talking about is mental alchemy, right? And how you can use mental alchemy to transform situations. Because that's essentially what alchemy is, right? Even on semen retention, we're practicing a form of alchemy called sexual alchemy, right? Alchemy, again, is transforming. So sexual alchemy would be transforming your sexual energy from one state to a higher state, to a higher form, right? Using your life force energy or your creative divine elixir, you know what I'm saying, to elevate you into higher states of existence. That's what sexual alchemy is about, right? But I want to teach you mental alchemy in this video, right? So that you can learn how to transform situations with your mind, because that is essentially where the battle always starts. It starts up here first. See what I'm saying? That's where the battle gonna always start, is right here. Before you even have the urge, you know what I'm saying, to do something, sometimes it's your mind that provokes the urge, and you don't even realize it, right? So we're gonna be talking about mental alchemy in this video, man. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video, because I'm gonna really get deep into this. And we're gonna be using the law of polarity. So I'm gonna show you. We're gonna use the law of polarity. I'm gonna use that to show you how to use mental alchemy. And I got my notes. See what I'm saying? I got about 3 pages worth of notes that I wrote down. Not even like notes like that I've copied from anything. This is all from my own wording, except for a little part in it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I it don't matter, but look. But most of this is my words, bro. You see what I'm saying? It came from my own Akashic records. I like to point that out, you know what I'm saying, so that y'all can know that this is organic. This ain't, you feel what I'm saying? This is all organic, bro. So mental alchemy. How to transform any negative into a positive using the power of your perception and perspective. A thing can only be negative if you see it as so in your mind. Your mind has to accept it as so for it to be so. It's not situations that affect us. It's the interpretation of the situations that even causes an impact on you. Okay? So what do I mean by this, right? Well, when you consider the universal law of polarity, right, which states that pretty much, in so many words, good and bad, negative, positive, up and down, light and dark, it all coexists. It's a dualistic nature, right? It all coexists. So you can use this to your benefit, right? These are not just laws just for you to be converting to memory and just to keep it in your head. Like, see what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you how to make it practical, how to actually practically use these laws in real life, right? Well, specifically the law of polarity. I might just make a series on this, do a whole all 12 laws, and then show you how to, make it practical for y'all to imply it in your life for real. Well, to apply it in your life for real. You see? Cause that's what I'm about, essentially. I'm a Virgo, which is an earth sign. So I love bringing things down to earth. I can take heavenly topics and bring it down to earth. See what I'm saying? Very, 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 very easy. You know what I mean? Very easily. I can take complexity and make it simple very easily. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, where was I at? Like I said, your mind has to accept a situation as negative for there even to be a negative impact on you. Okay, there can be no negative impact on you unless you accept it here first. So let me give you an example of what I mean, right? Say for instance, you're going through, well, you go through experience of rejection where you get rejected by a female, right? You can go about this two different ways, and it all starts here. What you tell yourself about why the rejection happened is going to be what affects you. If you get to automatically thinking that you being rejected is a result of your inadequacy, meaning like it is a result of you being inadequate or incomplete via you blaming yourself for the rejection, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel negative. You're going to feel like something's wrong with you. And then you're going to go about changing yourself to try to adjust yourself into according to people's likings. And that's very dangerous in itself. This is how shadows get created. Okay? Because shadows start from when you were at childhood, from certain parts of you that wasn't reinforced by your parents, which is the people that that you ultimately look up to for the guidance as a child. So that's how shadows start. Parts of you that aren't reinforced or that was disregarded. You see what I'm saying? And now you go about, and then how you internalize that was, okay, maybe something is wrong with me because the people who I look up to, who created me, my creators, which via my parents, right, aren't accepting this part of me. So let me go ahead and start changing myself. That's how you lose yourself. That's how shadows get created. But it's okay because I got you. Look, we're not gonna create no shadows. I'm gonna show you how to transform the situation. When you get rejected, instead of blaming yourself for the situation, for one, understand that you are only in control of you and you're not in control of what other people do or what they think. You're not in control of that. And a lot of times when you're being rejected, it don't have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the person themselves who's doing the rejecting. Maybe they're just not ready for the person that you are. Sometimes you just be too real for people, bro. Sometimes you're just too real for people and they're not ready. They can't handle all that realness. They talk like they're ready for it. They talk like, oh, I want a man who gonna be this and that. Then when you pop up, they not ready. They thought they was ready for real. But when you actually show up, they don't recognize it as what they've been asking for because they not really in alignment with what they asking for. They just want it. They don't even know what they want for real. And this could be like women or female. I mean, man or female. You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes rejection is protection, bro. Sometimes rejection is redirection. It's not meant for you to go in that direction because maybe that person is going to be some type of harm to you, or maybe they're going to hinder your path in a certain kind of way, and your soul can foresee things, you know what I'm saying? Because technically there's no future. It's all happening within the now, and your soul is connected to all that's within the now, so it can foresee. You see what I mean? It can foresee things that you can't necessarily see right now. So sometimes your soul is redirecting you. See what I'm saying? That right there, telling yourself that, it sounds like you just making shit up in your head and just telling yourself stories. But essentially, making things up is creation. That's what creation is. You're making things, isn't it? Isn't that creating? When you make something? See, people try to put stuff off to like, oh, it's just your imagination. Discrediting the imagination as if the imagination doesn't deal with creation. What you tell yourself is not just you making things up in your mind. like how it sounds. I mean, essentially you are making things up, but making things up in your mind is not empty. That's a thing. That's creation. You see what I'm saying? It's not full of emptiness. It's full of power. It's creation. You consciously tell yourself something else. You rewrite the story. That's not lying to yourself. That's you consciously creating the moment, using the power of thought, the power of your mind. You see what I mean? It's how you internalize or how you interpret situations, bro, that have a impact on you. It's going to determine how it impacts you. It's not merely the situation itself. You see what I mean? Another example I can give, right, is like this. Everybody can relate to this. You may have a stressful job, right, where it's a fast-paced environment, which requires for you to do multiple different things at once, and you have to keep up. And that can, you see what I'm saying? It can cause stress. Naturally, even without mental alchemy, it can still cause stress naturally, but you can lessen the amount of stress by using the mental alchemy technique I'm about to give you, right? Instead of seeing it as too much work for you to handle, consciously choose to see it as an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. Okay, I have to do all these multiple different things at one time. I'm not going to allow this to get to me because I'm going to see it as an opportunity to expand my versatility. You see what I'm saying? Handling multiple things at one time it causes you to be, you have to be versatile to do that. So you constantly doing that, all it's gonna do is expand your versatility. So now, when you're able to handle multiple things at once, handling a single thing is gonna be like nothing. It's the same concept as if you taking a cold shower in the morning, right? Purposely participating yourself into discomforting rituals, purposely you know what I'm saying, making yourself uncomfortable so that when uncomfortable situations will come to you, you'll be able to deal with it because you've already done initiated that process. You see what I'm saying? From the top of the morning. That's another form of mental alchemy. You see what I'm saying right there? Willingly participating in discomforting rituals. But that's for your growth, not like discomforting things that's gonna harm you, but like stuff that's for your growth, like cold showers or you know, stuff like that, or working out first thing in the morning. Once you get through that tough challenge in the morning, all the other challenges that come with the day is gonna be easier to handle. So that's the same concept with the fast-paced work environment example I just gave y'all. You see what I'm saying? If you can handle multiple things, if you can train yourself to handle multiple things, handling a single thing is gonna come easy. So think of it like that. When you do that, you literally just transformed the situation from a negative into a positive. That's magic. Magic is just transformation. Think of magic in like how they put it in movies, right? When they got the wand and they zap some shit into a reality. Basically, that's transformation because you're transforming the unseen into the seen. Okay, so that's what alchemy is. It's magic, but what that is rooted in is transformation. Okay? The battle is always going to start up here, bro. All right, so let me finish my notes, right? I say it's not the situations that affect us. It's your interpretation, your mental interpretation, your mental filtering rather, that causes the impact. By considering the universal law of polarity, we learn the nature of duality, which states that a single whole can be divided into a single whole can be divided into two. contrasting yet interdependent aspects. I mean, a single whole can be divided into two contrasting yet interdependent aspects, as seen in the wave particle duality of quantum mechanics. This is the part that I copied from, you know what I'm saying, where where I'm talking about what the universal law of polarity states. You know what I'm saying? The good evil duality of human nature, or the interconnectedness of oppositions. You know how they say opposites attract, right? The reason why opposites attract is because they're not that much opposite in the first place. See, you think opposite means like I'm this way and you're not this way, so that's like you're the opposite of me. Really, positions is just about positioning. It has the word position in it. You have to listen to the words that we use, bro, because I'm telling you, words reveal hidden meanings to things if you just pay attention to them. Words are very important. In the beginning, there was the word. You see what I mean? So words is very important. I told y'all OP. When you see that OP, that means work, like operate. Positions is just operating positions. It's two positions operating at different sides of the spectrum. It's like hot and cold. They're both what? At core, they're both temperatures, right? But the difference is the degree. The degrees, okay? They're okay. Think of it like this: negative and positive on a grid. Essentially, they're on the same line. It's just opposite sides of the same line. See, that's what opposite is about. So that's why opposites can attract, because the word attract, right?